Cyclones looking up in rivalry with Hawkeyes. Iowa made it painfully obvious how far Iowa State had fallen behind its Big Ten rivals last season, whipping the Cyclones by 39 points. Iowa State and second-year coach Matt Campbell are eager to show the visiting Hawkeyes 1-0 on Saturday that they've closed that gap. The Cyclones 1-0 have won 3 of their last 4 games dating to the end of last season. Though those wins came against Kansas, Texas Tech and Northern Iowa, the Cyclones are markedly improved since the 42-3 loss in Iowa City a year ago. "They were trying to understand us, and we were trying to understand them," Campbell said of his 2016 team. "I don't think there's any hiding. We weren't a very good football team a year ago, especially early in the season." Iowa's defense led the way in a 24-3 win over Wyoming last weekend, overcoming 3 turnovers from new starting quarterback Nate Stanley, though he also threw 3 touchdown passes in 15 attempts. The Hawkeyes might have the best front 7 that Iowa State will face all season, putting pressure on its rebuilt offensive line to help establish a running game and free up space for Jacob Park, who was 27 of 35 passing for 271 yards and 2 TDs last week. Here are some keys to consider as Iowa State and Iowa prepare to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the series' renewal in 1977. Stanley's debut. There was a lot to like about Stanley's performance against Wyoming, which included long TD strikes to former Omaha South standout Noah Fant and ex-Iowa Western receiver Nick Easley. But the 6'5" Stanley might be headed back to the bench if he keeps giving his opponents the ball. You have to realize things close down quickly, and those guys in the other colored jerseys are always going to be reaching for the ball and trying to knock it out. I think it's just more of a mental thing," Ferentz said. Cyclones receivers. Iowa State senior receiver Alan Lazard caught 8 passes for 108 yards. Hakeem Butler had 7 for 75 yards, and former OABCIG star retriever Ryan caught 6 balls for 55 yards in last week's 42-24 win over Northern Iowa. The Cyclones' ability to spread the field in the passing game will be taxing for an Iowa secondary with 3 new starters. They have some really nice wide receivers. They're tall, they're athletic. They move around well, Iowa linebacker Josie Jewell said. Lined up. Iowa State's struggling offensive line was a big reason why last year's game was lopsided. But that unit has improved since then. All 4 of those guys are playing good football, to be honest, Campbell said. They're still young and have a lot of growth left. Extra points. Iowa leads the series 42-22, but Ferentz is 9-9 against the Cyclones. The Hawkeyes are a 3-point favorite Saturday. The road team had won 4 straight in this series until last year. ISU and Florida were the only teams to open the season with 2 interception returns for scores in the same game. He said it's almost like you don't care. That's really insulting to say to anybody that competes in anything. I don't know. I guess I haven't jumped up and down. Have to do some jumping jacks or something, be a little bit more demonstrative out there. Ferentz, when asked about the notion that he and the Hawkeyes don't care as much about the rivalry as ISU does.